Alan, long trip down yesterday, but in the end, job done.
Yeah, it's a performance that we wanted to. Obviously, the time we committed and time away from families and work, we don't want to come here and just limp through. And I thought we was disappointed at half time with some of the areas of our game, but second half excellent and obviously justification in that time away, in that travel away. 2 points, another second half shutout, and we played some good stuff. Yeah,
I'd probably say looking from certainly from the gantry side, that first half never really got going.
No, it didn't suit us, but we've got to try and manage that. It was stop start. There was injuries. I think the first set of the game, one of their players went off with a HIA, and it's stop start, and then we didn't help ourselves. We give penalties away in their 10, their 20, and yeah, it's a bit clunky, a bit stop start. When we got on top and scored 12 points, and then we gifted them a couple of tries just with kick errors. Listen, they were great kicks and the sun was up, but we've got to learn how we manage that again. We need to put pressure on the kicker, not allow them the meters. I thought we was winning sets really well, early tackles in sets really well, but then there was an offload coming on play 4 or 5 and we just didn't seem there. Listen, we knew it was going to be a bit clunky and imagine going back to work after 2 weeks or your summer holiday and it's hard to get in the grind, and there was a little bit of that in the first half. But second half, professional, clinical and ruthless, and the flow of the game was better because we dictated it better.
Another second half shutout, 44 points, something like that in the second half. That must be pleasing. Yeah,
very pleasing. We set a goal, we didn't want more than 2 tries, and then they've scored 10 in 32 minutes. We got a man in the bin as well for carried over from half time as well. So to keep them a team, and throw the ball around. They went to Dewsbury, they scored 10 and that was more than us, and 16 last week at Oldham, and they have got some threats in there. I thought we handled those threats really well today. Just like I say, a couple of really good kicks caused us issues, and 2 kick tries as well, so they've not done any barge over. There's no system errors, and what I did think was first half at 0-0 and at 6-0 and even at 12-0, those offloads that did cause us harm, they made breaks, but we scrambled really well. I think Symes, he put someone in the corner here, Jack's gone across and stopped a break. We know they're a threat on the break, so even though going in at half time 12-10 and there was disappointment, but I wasn't we didn't give them a spray. But the lads knew it was disappointing we weren't at our standards and at the level we needed to be at, and they rectified that in the second half.
Obviously, this is the first game after 3 weeks. I know we've had Jimmy's testimonial in that break as well, but there's nothing beats competitive rugby. Is that something now that we can look at what's happened today, put that first half to bed, concentrate on that second half, and build it into the regular games now coming forward?
Yeah, definitely. I think we need to start the game better. We're still not putting that 80 minutes together. We're still a little bit patchy in periods of the game. But we're going to get into a grind of games now. Big game next week at home to Workington, and that's the next one. We don't look beyond that, but we do know we've got a flow of games, and that will really help our timings, our consistency, and just getting in that grind as well. I thought we looked physically really strong. I thought we looked quick, and we missed Matty a little bit today as well with organisation, but I thought Morgan did a good job on that edge as well. So we're blooding players, and we've still got players to come back in. So I think there's a lot of positives to come out of it, out of today, and that's not just the result. But I think we are averaging just conceding 2 tries a game at the moment. There's just that blip at London, and then obviously the Doncaster game. But otherwise, I think there's been a team scoreless in every one of our games, which is no mean feat, and that's what we build our game off, our defence. We know we can score points, and we'll find points in the game.
Brought Johnny Campbell in over the past couple of weeks, and again from that second half, just an extra experienced voice out there that'll help get everybody around the field and calm people down when they need to be calmed down a little bit?
Yeah, well, he's a little bit erratic at times himself, but I thought he was very good today. I thought he was experienced, unlucky not to score in the corner there. Probably just needs to back himself a bit more. That's probably a confidence and not playing for a long time. But the second one he scored, I thought Alfie was really good on that edge with him. Good turn of pace up the hill as well on the interception, and their combination will grow. And the usual suspects as well. Steve led us forward. Nozza was good. You know what you're going to get from Ryder, Render. Symes, he does those things, those unseen things. One Bob. I could probably list them all. Brad Wheeler again, 18-year-old kid off the bench, did well, and Joey's still young, and even though a couple of errors in him, he's a great try and a couple of breaks. He's a real threat. So there's lots of positives. It's another big week. Next week we will enjoy the win, because that's what we do it for. We'll have a good journey home, and then we'll really double down on next week and playing a league game in front of our home supporters, which we haven't done since the Midlands game.
Yeah. That'll be a lively bus journey home, and a long one, but congratulations on today, and see you next week.
Cheers, Scott.
Cheers.